Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Jamie, and this is the best magicians you've never heard of. Today, we have a guest who's been a student of magic since he was 19. He's won many awards, including the 2001 first place I.B.M. Ring 211 Best Original Trick, 2006 first place Michigan Magic Day close-up competition, and in 2013, he won the first place Abbott's close-up convention. He's also been featured in the documentary Street of Cards and The Get Together. The accomplishments go on and on. Everybody, let's please welcome Joe Bennett.
All right, one more time. Okay, now you can see there's no way.
I know.
Right? No way this is coming out, right? Okay.
Hey, Joe, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jamie.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
All right, that's awesome. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your passion in magic?
Well, I've been studying magic since 1989. I started out just as an enthusiast. I met my mentor. Back then, he was a scoutmaster staying in my area. I was a camp counselor, and we just got along famously. And he would show me a little bit of magic, and I would learn it, and then he would show me a little more, and then he started telling me about which lectures to go see, which books to get, and it just kind of grew from there. I started out part-time professional, working in a restaurant, doing restaurant close-up magic. So I cut my teeth doing that, and then moved from there to doing birthday parties and corporate events, family parties. I just got done doing a big show back in December for a wedding reception in New York City, which was a real blast. Lots of fun.
Oh, I imagine. New York would be lots of fun. Okay, Joe, so what really excites you about magic? What gets your creative juices flowing, makes you sit at home and snicker a little while you're trying to come up with something?
I like magic that is original and different. And right now, the trick that really does that for me is packet type tricks.
Right.
Tricks that, and I'm not talking packet tricks like what you would get, like, Color Monty or anything like that. I like to make them up myself. And so that it seems like it's more organic. So okay. I would classify it as organic magic packet tricks.
I think I would agree with you. I've seen the trick, so I know what you're talking about. So I think I would agree with you on that. It's a kind of packet trick without being a card trick.
Exactly.
Right. And see, I've already seen the trick, so I'm foreshadowing a little bit, and I don't want to give anything away. But I think the engagement part. I mean, you love close-up magic. I love close-up magic. And I think the engagement part of being so close to somebody for them to be concentrating, and you have them, you're leading them, you're guiding them on this journey, and they're following it, and that's an exciting thing in magic, I think.
I firmly believe that magic should be about not just engaging with my audience, but getting the audience to learn a little more about what I am as a person.
Right.
The types of things that I like are the types of things that really engage me. So I'll take a packet trick like that, and I'll totally change it around and tell a story about how I did something. I do card magic, and I have this card trick where I tell them about why it's important to back up your computer.
Okay, yeah.
Or this particular packet trick demonstrates why I like Coke so much. My favorite soft drink is Coke. So I tell a story about why I like Coke.
Yeah, nobody's going to get that yet until they see the trick.
Right.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So do you have something worked out for us? Obviously, I know what you're going to do. So you have something to demonstrate for us, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You guys are going to love this. Wait till you see this. This is awesome. Pay attention.
So, Jamie,
Yes.
What type of, do you drink soda pop?
Yes, I do.
What's your favorite?
Actually, my favorite is Coca-Cola.
That's awesome. I can tell we would get along great because I carry with me my business card,
Yes.
and on the back I've drawn a soda bottle with a blank label. Since we're doing this remotely, I'll just write Coke on the blank label for you. Right
Perfect.
there, can you see that?
Yep.
And we'll come back to that in just a moment because my favorite soft drink of all time is also Coke. In fact, I have loved Coke ever since I was 4 years old. I even toured the Coke factory in Atlanta, and I discovered an earth-shattering, shocking fact. You know what it was?
What was it?
Well, you know the carbonation that they put in Coke?
Yes. It's my favorite part.
I found out that we're in the middle of a national fizz bubble shortage in this country. And Coke has a program in place to recycle these fizz bubbles.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy? Let me explain how this works. Jamie, what happens to this fizz bubble when you open a bottle of Coke?
They all float up to the top.
That's right. It starts at the bottom, and then it rises up to the top of the
That is
bottle.
so good. So good.
But it doesn't stop there. At this point, it receives a signal to float back to the factory. So then this fizz bubble rises up out of the bottle, floats back to the factory where they get another bottle of Coke. Now they collect all the fizz bubbles. They put them into the new bottles. And you guessed it, that's where they're reused.
Yes. Love it. That's fantastic.
And would normally let you go ahead and keep this, but I'll have to mail it to you.
Yeah, I'm 180 miles away. That was awesome. I love it. So that's the second time I've seen that. It's fantastic both times. Oh, geez. So
yeah, let me give you a little background on that.
That's exactly
trip.
what I was going to ask.
So this is, if you haven't seen this before, this is based off of The Pothole Trick by Michael Close. He has this written up in Workers number 3. It's also on the second of the Very, Very Close video series. So if you would like to perform this, I tell people, if you want to perform this, perform it with my blessing. Nobody's taken me up on the offer yet. So please, if you'd like to perform this, you have my blessing. But please, look up The Secret and take the time to look at the nuances of how Michael Close makes the gimmicks up, because that's exactly what I used to make this up. Okay. But I changed a couple of things in the handling. In the Pothole Trick, he's doing it flat.
Yes, and
like
low.
This. And I wanted to get it up by my face. So that's how I hold it up here like this. And then the hole just moves from here up to here and then off.
And I like the presentation of that with it being up like that. It's, you see your face and the Coke together, and I think that's a selling point.
And just another little nuance, I take that hole off here and I go like this. This is a natural applause cue.
Yes, it is.
And I get applause every time I get to this point here.
That's a shocking moment.
It's a very shocking moment.
Absolutely.
And then it gets better, because from there they're like, no, it's not moving to that other hole or that other card. It's not doing that at all. So yeah, my contribution was to change the story to something that I like, that tells people about me.
Yes. And
to change the handling, so going from flat to up here. The only thing that's really stayed the same is the actual secret to the trick.
Well, it's not hard to find, and if you Google it, you can find it for nothing. There are some of the resources. What was the one where did I just find it? I'll put the link in the video. I'll find it and I'll put the link in the video. There is a free PDF explanation of it from Workers Volume 3. And there was another one. What was the other one? I can't remember what it was.
Very, very close, Volume 2.
Yeah, very, very close, Volume 2. So it's in both. I will find I know I have the link for the first one. I'll put it in the video. You guys can check it out. And but the handling is what makes the trick. It's not a difficult trick to do. It's one of those things that you have to practice to get smooth at it and get a story. Right. It's about the story though, not the secret.
It is.
So look at the secret and listen to, don't steal his idea, but the way he worked it out and the way he made him about himself. And you know what? I've been really lucky. I was thinking about this earlier today. I got really lucky by doing this and getting the opportunity to talk to you guys independently before we do the interview, just talking back and forth. And that's one thing that I've learned about everybody I've talked to so far, is that when I watch them do their trick that they want to display on this show, every single one of them has their personality built into it. And I can tell that after talking to them for a while, and then they do a trick and that's it. Their trick is based on their personality. And as I get more and more guys here, I see that more and more often, and it's great. It's fantastic to see. And I think that's going to help people in the long run. It's helping me. Okay, Joe, so what kind of resources can people look at to get better at sleight of hand in general? Should we go books, videos? Is there something you would suggest?
There's a set of books I think that would be a perfect resource for starting out. Mm-hmm. Videos are great, but you tend to do them the way that the video shows it, and you don't add your own flair to it. That's my personal opinion.
I agree with you.
So the book series I would look at is the Now You See It, Now You Don't series by Bill Tarr. And there's 2 of these.
What are the chances of that?
So these have some great visuals in here that show you very specifically how to handle the cards. The descriptions are easy to follow, and it covers all of the basics and a lot of the advanced stuff.
If people wanted to get in contact with you to hire you, what kind of shows do you do? And how do they get in contact with you? This is your chance to pitch yourself, man. Nail it.
Well, I do a little bit of everything. I do stage shows. I do close-up. I do parlor shows. I do kid parties. I do bachelor parties, wedding receptions. There's not really any type of magic that I haven't done yet. And so I can do just about all of it. And you can get in touch with me through my website, which is www.joebennettmagic.com.
And I'll put it up here somewhere. Right around here it'll be.
All right. If you want to look up my hashtag, or I guess it would be at Joe Bennett Magic.
That's
on social media.
Okay.
So Twitter, Facebook, you can find me at Joe Bennett Magic.
Awesome.
And you can also find my YouTube channel, which is at Joe Bennett Magic.
So get a hold of them. Get on it. So at the end of every show, I ask each guest if they would like to suggest a potential guest for a future show. Who do you have in mind?
I have a couple of magicians in mind. From Kalamazoo, Michigan, Ron Jackson.
That's Jackson with an X.
Jackson with an X. He is a phenomenal close-up magician, and I think he would make a great interview.
Awesome.
The other gentleman is Mr. B.J. Mallon.
Okay.
He is from Colon, Michigan, the magic capital of the world. And he works for Abbott's Magic.
Does all their legwork.
Does a lot of their legwork, and he just puts on a fantastic show. And he does a little bit of everything, too. He's done a lot of kid parties, but he's also done a lot of corporate work. And until this shutdown, he was doing, actually working as like a mobile game show host.
Really? That sounds
taking
interesting.
Those skills and applying them towards doing some sort of a mobile game show thing.
Awesome. That sounds like a great idea. Well, I want to thank you for being on the show. You were very entertaining. I love that trick. I think it looks so magical. Go look up Pothole. It's not difficult to do. It's easy to find. I'll make sure there's a link, but check it out because it's a killer trick. I love it. And I want to thank everybody that watched, and we have more coming. I have a video every week. If you really enjoyed this, make sure you hit like and subscribe if you got some value out of it. And we'll see you again. Thanks for having us.